Hey everyone, I've seen this mod online for a bit and I honestly really like the concept. This mod being the exposure mod, and the more I started using this mod, the more I actually fell in love with it. So much so that I'll definitely be using this in future projects. Essentially what this mod does is it adds an old-timey camera. I have no idea what it's called, but I do know that I do know a bit of photography, and I can say I'm more than happy with this one. As per usual, I'll be linking everything in the description if you want to use this mod for yourself, but I will not be linking their Discord. Go find it yourself on their page. Last time I did that, you guys literally raided the Discord server. You guys are legit evil. So, we're going to start off with all of the crafting recipes, starting with number 1, the Lightroom Block. This block will be more in depth later, but this is basically where you'll be developing all your photos, as well as a secret feature that took me more than an hour to figure out. Anyway, you'll need 4 wooden planks of like any of your choice, a redstone torch, and a lantern. On to the next, we have the camera, which is basically the entire focus of this video, so of course it's next. Anyway, it costs 6 iron ingots, 1 glass plane in the middle, a lever, and a button. Okay, so next up, we have 2 films. They're both very similar, but one uses iron and bone meal for the black and white, and golden lapis for like the film with color. Someone tell me in the comments why there's seaweed in the crafting recipe. I don't understand why. Anyway, up behind us, we'll have the developed versions of them. So after you take a bunch of photos with the film, you'll need to develop them. And the first one will have the water bottle and the black and white film. Very simple. However, the color film costs an awkward, a mundane, and a thick potion. Who has ever used these crafting recipes before? You know what? There's this entire section. I had to do this for an entire section because I guarantee you no one knows how to craft these potions. So let's start with the awkward potion. Everyone loves the awkward potion. We love the awkward potion. It's a simple nether wart, right? And then we have the thick potion. Glowstone, you know, that one's alright. You can remember that one. And then the mundane potion. Who made the mundane potion? I hate the mundane potion. That's in my bio from now on. Cost... Okay, if you know this, whatever. Sugar, spider eye, magma cream, rabbit's foot, gas tier, blaze powder, blistering melon. Alright? If you know that all of these items craft the mundane potion, why don't you just go drink all 3 of the potions at once and then go grab my car keys? Next up, the photograph frame. It costs sticks really, planks of your choices, of course, and an item frame. Simple, it's pretty neat. Over here, I'll teach you guys how to copy your photographs, because you get photographs from a different system with the Lightroom block, but if you want to copy them, it's kind of like a book and quill, basically. You gotta get black dye, the photograph, and a piece of paper, and you'll copy it, so you'll have multiple of the same photos, alright? And then if you want to do it with a colored one, you need to make sure you have all the CMYK colors, you know, what they do in printing and whatever their print is. Anyway, so you'll need yellow, cyan, magenta, black, paper, and then the colored photograph. And for some reason, if you want your photo to look like an old pirate map, you can age it just by smearing brown stuff on it. Alright, don't do this in real life, but you can make things look old. Yeah. Anyway, behind us is a very unique item, I will say, the Interplanar Projector, if I pronounce that wrong, God smite me. I'll be honest, this item is very complex, and it needs its entire own section for it. Anyway, it costs 4 tinted glass on the corners, 4 redstone around a Eye of Ender. Pretty simple recipe, to be honest. Next stop, the stacked photograph. Now, the stacked photograph is a bit different. It's not actually a crafting recipe. You can't actually craft this, but what you have to do is go in your inventory and then right-click it over another one, and you can put them in stacks. In fact, you can stack the stacks and then stack the stacks into stacks up to 16. So yeah, not a crafting recipe. Finally, we have the photo album. It's basically a book and quill, but for photos, and you can like leave a bunch of stuff in them. Like you can write down letters. You can put a photo in there, into like manually, and then you can write a note saying blank loser, sign album. By Rocket Star. Wow, you guys know my username now. Rocket Star. Rocket Stars, Rocket Star. Alright, sign album. Boom. Now we just see blank. So primarily it's just a book and quill. Okay, so the next part will be about the camera. Okay, here we have the camera. I'll keep this part brief. To open the camera's GUI by default is crouching while using it, and then you'll be able to see this little menu here. And then what you'll need to do is put either a color film or a black and white film into the camera slot on the left, and then you can add also a flash, which will work like a flash, believe it or not. Or you can add a spyglass that lets you zoom in to 200 meters, which I'll just show you now. So this is what a normal camera looks like without the zoom. This is how far you can zoom in without the spyglass, and this is with the spyglass. Finally, with the camera, you see the bottom right, there's actually a glass pane here. The glass pane itself does nothing, but you can add filters with different colors of panes. And what you gotta do is just slap it on there, and now we're in Breaking Bad. And basically you can add whatever filter you want, but the most important ones will be, I'll talk about them later. Anyway, on to the next one. Okay, let's give the camera a deeper look, shall we? If you right click, you will enter the happy snap mode, which I've showed already a couple times. Now you gotta remember this, you press E to exit. Trust me, I still have problems with this. In fact, I've already had problems while recording this. Also, you probably wondered how I got into this little mode earlier. So this is all you gotta do is go in third person while in the happy snap mode. This is honestly my favorite feature, to be honest. You can shoot so many monologues and intros with this. Isn't that cool? Anywho, if you crouch while using the camera, you'll see that there's these new interactables, so that you can adjust like the zoom here. You can see how many photos you have. I don't have the film in, but you can actually see there's up to 16 photos in one film. As also, you'll be able to see the composition guide. Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know you could do that. That's awesome. Look at that. You can get a center guide, rule of thirds, and a crosshair. Next up, we'll finally talk about the shutter speed. Actually, let's not, because another guy called Lance explains it way better in his video, and I can't do that. So I'll just link it here. Alrighty then, I'll just be giving a quick debrief on what shutter speed is, because like it's a bit complicated and it's a bit photography stuff, which not everyone is into. But anyway, you clicked on this video, of course you're interested in photography, what I'm talking about. Okay, so basically the higher this number gets, ignore these ones, basically the higher the number gets, the darker the image will be, and the smaller the number will be, it will become brighter because it lets in more light. However, it will change from 2 to like 1, and then it has this little digit here. Let's just say that they close for seconds or whatever, so it like opens for seconds and lets in a light for 1 second, 2 second, 4 second, 8 second, 15 seconds, you know, and I'm not even kidding, 15 seconds, I counted. Also, there was a photo bomber in my image. So, let's go take some pictures. Is that little Johnny's mother? With another man? What about his forefathers?
What are you, president of his fan club?
No. That would be your mother.
What the? Wait,
Alright, let's go take an actual montage. Okay everyone, welcome to the homeless shelter. This is where we'll be legally developing our photographs that we just took. You'll need to turn your film into a developed film, as we have our ones here. We're gonna have to go dunk them in some disgusting water bottles, as well as a actual water bottle, rather just like this. Now that you've turned your film into developed film, we can now use the Lightroom block. And now, you'll need each of the CMYK dyes, so cyan, magenta, yellow, and black. You'll also be needing a piece of paper. Drop the developing film into the slot, and then you'll be greeted with a preview of the negatives. So as you can see, they're definitely the negatives, you know what I mean? Like, wow. Now all you need to do is just press print and wait. Look how they came out. So these are the black and white ones, which are pretty nice. And then these are my colored ones, which they also are pretty nice. Bit dark. I left it too dark. I should have turned up the thing. Okay, now it's time for the secrets. This is a secret feature that took me over an hour to figure out, man. So this is like chromatic imagery or whatever. And what you'll need is a black and white film. We got that. We need the camera, obviously. Or the game will crash. Okay, so where were we? We're back in the game. So what you'll need is a camera, black and white film, a red stained glass, a green stained glass, and then a blue stained glass. You also need like a sheet of paper. So now what you gotta do is you gotta go put on first with the red stained glass, put in the film, and then you wanna take 3 photos. With one, the red filter, which we'll do like right here, and then we'll switch it out for the green one next. We can move a bit, and then finally do the blue one, which we can just move a little bit like that. So the more that you move around with the when taking the photos, it will actually affect how the things come out. You'll see what I mean. So now let's just develop the film. Let's go into the Lightroom, drop it in here. You'll see this like little switch called chromatic. And what you want to do is red, green, and blue. So let's start with red. So let's just print it. And you should get like a chromatic sheet. And now move it into the first slot where the paper was. And now switch over to the green. And then now you have green on it. And now you want to switch over to blue. And there you go. You get a chromatic image. Which this one actually came out really good. Look at that. Secret note, you can actually automatically do this if you put an amethyst cluster on top of a Lightroom block. Yeah, I think it was pretty neat. I just saw it in the changelogs. Next up, let's look at the photograph frame. So it can be placed in 3 different sizes: small, not so small, and then huge. And it can be placed in all different directions, so on the roof and on the floor. And then you can also do 3 different things with them. So the first one you can do, but let's use this image for an example. Alright, you can frame them, yada yada yada. We got they all look the same. Then these ones should be a little bit brighter because I'm gonna... They aren't that much brighter, hold on. Okay, if you put glowing sacks on them, they actually brighten up a bit. And then we can go put these on these ones, and you'll notice how they don't have a border. But that's like an actual thing that you can do if you grab a photograph frame and X, and you just right click it, and it will remove the border. Neat. Before we go on to the last feature, I just wanted to show off these dirty photographs that I took earlier. Did you know you can find pre-taken dirty photographs in random chests around the world? Well, you can. Anyway, on to the next one. This is the final complicated item. It's called the Interplanar Projector. Now, this is a bit confusing of an item. Very advanced gamers can use this. Basically, you'll get 2 options. So you get vivid or clear. You right-click it and you can switch between them all. I'm just gonna go with clear for now. I don't really actually know there's a difference. I tried them out and I didn't really see much change. So what you'll need to do now is you'll need to rename it into your file path, which if you don't know what that is, I'll just give you an example. H // what to name it? Shrek camera 1x1, and then you got to put the PNG thing. You just got to do the entire file path, really. But now that you got it, you got to go put it in your camera. Is this the right camera? Okay, this is the right camera. You got to go put it in where the lens would usually go, like the filter. And then what you want to do is go put a color film on there or a normal film, whatever. And then you just take a picture and it should look like this. And now what you want to do is develop the photo. Once you develop it, voila, you have a Shrek image.